Good morning. I wanted to share a bit of an anecdote, really, in regards to the atheist versus theist debate. Who is an atheist and who is a theist? I have an aunt who I love very much, and she and I were talking about some different beliefs, and she is a Buddhist. And while we were talking about it, I had told her I'm an atheist. And she said, "Well, I am too. Well, actually, I'm a non theist." And so I asked her to explain to me the difference between an atheist and a non theist. And she said that the word atheist has particular connotations that she doesn't like. And so she chooses not to use the word atheist. She describes herself as being a non theist, meaning that she does not believe in a deity or a higher power. Now, I, of course, also don't believe in a deity or a higher power, and I don't describe myself as being a non theist. I think it's pretty clear in this particular case that atheist and non theist are the same thing. On the other hand, she does believe, my Buddhist aunt, she does believe very much in a soul, in reincarnation, in the fact that souls can travel around in our natural world and in other planes of existence that I don't pretend to know much about. And that if you chant, these souls will do things for you, and that you can live later and another plane of existence if you chant enough. And the reason that she likes the term non-theist is that although she doesn't believe in a God, a Christian God, a Jewish God, an Islam God, any kind of a God, those people who do, if they do the right thing, can find themselves in these other planes of existence even without having to chant, rather by accident of acting in a certain way or doing certain things that are right, even though they might be doing them under these wrong beliefs of believing in a Christian or a Jewish God. So clearly, my aunt's beliefs and mine don't match up, even though we could both be non theists or atheists, depending on who is doing this description. Another point that I'd like to bring in is that, especially fundamentalist Christian people in the area where I live, if I share with them that I am an atheist, they immediately say, "Does that mean that I worship the devil?" Now, to me, an actual Satanist, a person who worships Satan, would clearly be a theist, even though they don't believe that the supreme being God is the supreme being worth worshiping. They would believe that the supreme being Satan is worth worshiping. But you must have some belief or claim of knowledge of God to believe that there was then a Satan created and to throw your lot in with that particular group of fictional being. So the salient bit that I would like considered from this is it's not terribly important to put objective terms on subjective levels of belief and experience unless you are doing a particular kind of counting. So if you are a social scientist and you're trying to determine how many people identify in one group of belief during another group of belief, you're going to make definitions that are very rigid. And in that, I would say the definitions would be theist versus atheist, which is belief in a God or not, and then Gnostic versus agnostic, meaning knowledge of a God or not. So you could be Gnostic atheist, Gnostic theist, agnostic atheist, agnostic theist, and then each one of those groups might have some kind of a scale upon which to measure the odds that you believe. How much knowledge do you claim, and how strong of a belief do you have? But when it becomes outside of this kind of numerical counting type measurements, the labels themselves get blurry because people's identities, people's beliefs, people's ideas are blurry. So my non-theist Buddhist aunt and I have very little similarities between our beliefs, even though I think that we would both be considered agnostic atheists. So I doubt that that was helpful, other than to continue muttering the waters and having the discussion. I welcome any comments below. Have a great day.